Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. Wow, you cannot make this up again. No one is safe. So here, let's talk about it. Microsoft's 200 laid off King developers, devs, are reportedly being replaced by AI they helped build. While it's absolute, I'm going to say CHIT on this channel, chit show, HR department looks away and whistles. So can you imagine? You've got 200 software developers, engineers, putting together programs, and then the very program that you develop AI, it basically replaces you out of a job. Wow. Again, no one is safe. And my opinion, listen, the companies don't care. That's what it is. So, quick read. It says here, if you needed further evidence, we live in a dystopia, and editor 2 would chuck out for being too on the nose. Try this, per sources spoken to by Mobile Gamers Biz. Laid off staff at Social Game, developer Kings, as in Activision Blizzard King, are being replaced by AI. All they helped build, in fact. So the AI you helped build, way to go! Now we don't need you anymore. You go home. You're done. And listen, I checked. What's the average salary of a Microsoft engineer? It says here the average salary for a Microsoft software engineer in the U.S. is approximately $147,524 a year. It can vary based on experience, location, and specific role, with the top earners reaching $205,000 annually. And this is based on, according to ZipRecruiter. So, a more detailed breakdown, you're looking at monthly $12,293. Wow. In this economy, let's be real, people, where are they going to replace that? Monthly $12,293. Again, in this economy, how are they going to replace that income? So the top runners making $205,000 a year. It's at 75th percentile, making $173 per year. Okay, so 75% of them are making $173 a year. 25% are making $120 a year. Again, please tell me, what are the odds of them replacing that income? It says if you can cast your mind back to 2 weeks ago, Microsoft began its most recent bout of bloodletting, which eventually sacrificed 9,000 jobs at the altar of corporate agility, with around 200 layoffs at King, which he got his hands on after spending slightly more than the normal GDP of Miramar to acquire Activision Blizzard, all to which it was suzerain. Rather. This was about 10% of King's workforce, which no doubt felt a lot better about the whole thing when ex-boss Phil Spencer told them that, quote, we have more players, games, and gaming hours than ever before, end quote, and that Microsoft's platform, hardware, and game roadmap have never looked stronger. So they've got more players, gamers, the roadmaps never look stronger, and they're sending those engineers home. They've used AI to replace their income. What it looks like to me, let's go ahead and just cut to it. The wealth gap is just widened, probably to the 10th power, because all we're seeing is a lot of people laid off, and these companies are going to get richer and richer. Again, with laying off, people don't have access to health insurance because everybody cannot afford Cobra. And don't forget, if you think, well, I'm going to get on the Medicaid program, or good luck with that. Medicaid also covers CHIP. So children are going to be, of course, affected. So the companies don't have to go about paying insurance, workman's comp. Hey, what about a retirement 401k? If all these AI doesn't need one, what about a retirement 401k plan for the Americans? So a lot of people have already exhausted their 401ks. So it makes you wonder, is that over too? Well, if you can't find income replacement, for jobs that typically pay you a 401k, if you can't find them, yeah, it looks like the 401k, that idea is basically going to go away. So they don't have to worry about paying health insurance, workman's comp, have to worry about paying vacation days, sick days. Why? They've got AI. And so what you're going to see, I'm willing to bet you, what you're going to see, the stock will increase, and the ones at the top, man, their pockets are going to get so much fatter, while the American worker, just suffers. Again, what do you think that they are going to be able to replace this income? $12,293 a month. And do you not think, listen, let's be honest, the ones in charge, do you think that maybe they didn't realize that this was going to happen when they had them to go ahead and develop this AI? You really think the ones in charge didn't know? Of course they had to have known. It was like, oh my God, well, we just realized, after it was built, we don't need you anymore. In my opinion, and I can't speak for them, so I have to say allegedly, but in my opinion, of course they would know that. That's the whole idea behind it. But the worker bee probably didn't think that. Again, I've heard of engineers been laid off for sure. It's not new, and that AI basically, took their jobs. But 200, wow, unbelievable. It says here, morale is predictably in the gutter. So where are they going? You have your lifestyle set accordingly. Where are they going to go ahead and find the income replacement? $12,000, over $12,000 a month. Where? Again, is it time to cut? And I plan on doing a different video for that separate. It's time to cut the corporate welfare strings. Seriously, because our tax dollars, is like it's funding AI. In my opinion, it's funding AI, but you're funding AI with tax dollars. That's the Americans' money, and then they're cutting your money off, and they cut your job off. Where's the help for the Americans? Can someone please tell me? So what do you think these engineers are going to all of a sudden just replace that income? No one is safe. Let me know what you all think. It is shocking. Like I said, post-pandemic, we've just been, layoffs, all the job elimination. Where's the job creation? And people say, well, there are jobs, and I understand there may be some jobs not enough. But don't come telling me that there are jobs, and these jobs are like, oh, you might get $15 an hour, you might get 20, 22. You think that's enough with inflation? And they're taking out higher taxes for some people? Some people are working like 3 jobs, 3 gigs. The old-fashioned way of getting the job that pays the benefits. Again, think about it. If AI is there, people cannot find replacement jobs. Please tell me, where is the income replacement? If you can't find income replacement, then how in the heck do you expect people to build retirement, to even have a retirement? There's all the job eliminations, the layoffs, the firings, the buyouts. Where is the job creation? That is the problem. And the politicians, from what I can see, they are not addressing the issue. The answer is why. The issue is there, but they're not addressing it because people, let's face it, they don't care. If they care, they would do something about it. You saw how when they had those illegal immigrants here, those folks were literally before our eyes, hopping off a bus, boop, right into a hotel. Excuse me? Oh, and they had coffee. Don't forget they had that some they were given an Xbox, given thousands of dollars in food stamp, and then thousands for, what is it called, EBT cash. I mean, it was crazy. It was unbelievable. Why? They probably thought, oh yeah, that was going to replace the American worker. Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and get them on over here. That would be to replace the American worker. Oh, of course. And now, look, it's been a switcheroo. Can you imagine? You develop a program, you help build something, and then what you build takes away your income. What you build takes away your livelihood. If that is not a gut punch, I don't know what is. And good luck finding another job. Wow, talking about corporate America, talk about cutthroat. You thought, listen, in my opinion, you know Wall Street is cutthroat. In my opinion, of course. Corporate America, the same thing. The powers that be, do you think they didn't know? Do you think that wasn't the plan? I think it was. The AI that you have built. Okay, great, guys. Guys and gals, you did great. All right. Oh, man. This is the company is going to make a lot of money. We're probably going to make millions off this annually. Who knows, a month? The money they're going to be saving again. They're not paying for health insurance, sick days, vacation days, 401ks. They don't have to really worry about as much, workman's comp. No one's going to get hurt in the job because it's AI. Look at all the money that they're not going to be paying out. And AI is going to be doing the same job as those individuals. Look at the come up. AI will do their jobs, but they don't have to pay hourly, the salary, the medical, the dental, the retirement, the workman's comp. They'll save so much money on insurance. I'll bet you that's my opinion. Yeah, you don't need workman's comp, so that's what insurance you probably won't be needing. Health insurance for who? Not for the robot. So look what's happened. They have found a way. I mean, talk about a come up. Found a way to get the robots to the job of the engineers. And then on top of that, look at all the money that they're going to be able to save. The wealth divide in this country, I think it's going to get to a point. Either you have it or you don't. There's no in between, rich or poor, and that's it. And most of us are going to be in the poor category. And if people cannot replace the income for their current lifestyle, what do you think is going to happen? You think everybody working here is going to be able to go ahead and keep their home? Not. Some may have an inheritance, have people to help out, but do you think that every single engineer that was laid off is going to be able to maintain their standard of living? Not going to happen. It's just not. It's not feasible. You're going to have some that can make it work, but like all of them, it's going to be okay. No. Sometimes that's the lie that we tell ourselves in the hope that it is going to be okay. Again, all of the layoffs, the job eliminations, we are in crisis mode here in America, in this country. We need some job creation. And the politicians are doing nothing. I don't hear anything. We hear about the problem. We need a solution. The country will fall apart at the seams. This cannot continue. So yeah, tell me, where do you think they're going to be able to replace this income? This is how people will lose everything. It's just a downward spiral. Again, I think we're living in what I've coined a civilized silent purge. What's next? When people start to lose everything, it's a matter of time. Like the Hunger Games or the silent purge itself. It's a matter of time before we escalate to the chaos around the corner. People are finding it very challenging just to survive in this country. But hey, well, we've spent over 100 and what is it? I think Truth was Certain Lies said it was 189 billion or 182 billion dollars on the Ukraine over there. Where'd the money come from? Oh yeah, tax dollars. Yeah. So I guess we've got big daddy dollars for everyone else except the American. Make it make sense. I'm afraid our way of life is literally crumbling before our very eyes. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share.